Hello to everyone in the vinyl community. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with another vinyl update. Got some really good goodies. One thing that I like to mention that I like to do is I like to trade for records. Try to save my money as much as I can, but then I like to also use some of it. But majority of the time, a lot of times, I really get into the trading. I like the interaction of taking some records and finding out what I could get for them, and what kind of other good stuff that I can find or trade for. Sometimes I have some duplicates and they go into a trade pile. But anyway, here I am with another vinyl update. This will be my ninth video. And I want to thank to all those who subscribe to my channel and say thank you very much, and thank you to those who take time to watch. Another thanks I want to give to is to Derek Higgins, and he sent me this album that I just love. It's John McLaughlin. I'm not sure how to say that, but it says A Handful of Beauty. This is an awesome album. It's in my rotation. I spin it quite often. It's good. I have a few of his albums. I have two more and a jazz CD of him that's on Verb Records, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. And then I have some of the albums he made with the Mago Horishi Orchestra. Apologize, I don't know how to say that. But yeah, I do have a couple of their albums as well. It's on the nice red Capitol label. Very good record. Again, thank you, Derek. Excuse the lighting in this room. One of the light bulbs went out, so I apologize for the video being a little dark. Okay, so some of the things that I traded for here recently were some good things that I find. I'm playing this in the background. I finally got this on CD. It's Miles Davis, Round About Midnight. Awesome album. I'm a big Miles Davis fan, and sometimes I like to trade for a lot of his stuff. One of my own philosophy is if I want good stuff, I got to give up good stuff. So that's what I do sometimes to get good records. I give up good stuff. So makes me happy. I enjoy doing it. Another cool find was this, the box set of Joe Henderson. The Milestone Years. Some of my favorite albums are in this period of when he was with this label. One of my favorite albums that is on here is Elements. I love that album. It's awesome. And just to show you some of the stuff that's in it, it's an 8 CD box set. I could not pass this up when I saw it. I don't know if it's rare, but I have seen used ones and they went for a lot of money, and that's why I assumed that it was rare, because when I see that it's used for like 60 bucks, well, to me that tells me that how rare it is to find the box set of it. But it comes with this cool booklet, and I'll show you one of my favorite photos of Joe Henderson. I really like that photo. He is one of my favorite saxophone players because he's just another one. He's to me another heavyweight champion. He's very soulful, and he just reaches things in my soul that touch me with the greatness of his the music he makes. I mean, I don't know what else to really say. I find it radiant. I find it like it just really reaches down and comes back up. It has a lot of peaks and comes down to the valley and back up to just beautiful stuff. But was glad to get this in the collection, and it's getting a lot of rotation as I'm spinning. Some of it I'm going to put on my iPod. when I get a chance to do that. Another record that's in my rotation that I've been playing here lately is the double album of Herbie Hancock, VSOP. It's on Columbia Records. Love this album. I got a box of records this past Christmas. Didn't know what it was. Opened it and it was just a bunch of free records from my wife's boss, who is a big jazz fan, and he has moved on. He doesn't play vinyl anymore, and he sent them to my wife and gave me this big old box of these great records like this. This is on Columbia as well. It's a live concert. It's really good, and it has a lot of great musicians on this album. Great stuff. It's gatefold. Let me just show a little bit, if I can, of the inside. That's the inside of it. But you have, like, I'll just mention, if it has Tony Williams. It has a guitar player that I came to know by hearing this, Wah Wah Watson. Great guitar player. It also has Freddie Hubbard, Ron Carter, and Wayne Shorter. Great album. I highly recommend if you see this. It's great. I like it a lot. So it's a double album. I got the other one on my turntable, but I wanted to show that and share that. It's one of my favorite albums. I'm also a Herbie Hancock fan as well. Some of the stuff that I traded for and picked up, this was quite interesting. It's I think it's 10 records. It's really heavy. It's called To the Moon, the dramatic story of man's boldest venture told in the voices of those who achieved it. So it's recordings, and I got a good deal for it. But it comes with this cool book, hardback. Show you some of the photos, but here's some really good photos. This book's in really good condition. It kind of reminds me of the library books that I used to check out when I was going to elementary. But it's also Time Life recordings. That's what it says. A little bit kind of hard, but I just showed a few of the records. But there's what it looks like. This thing pops down. The records are inside. It's got this deal. I don't know if you can see that very well. And, you know, Time Life records. They look pretty cool. See, I'm sorry, I'm not in a very good position. But cool. I think, like I said, it's about 10 records. So I'm looking forward to listening to this. It sounds very interesting. I never knew this existed until where I go to trade records and say, hey Ed, you might find this interesting. So I checked it out. Now moving on to some of these records that some other ones that I traded for. This is the motion picture soundtrack to a movie called Dark Star. And the music is composed by John Carpenter. I've never seen this movie. I never knew about this movie, but I like it. I like the record. It sounds interesting. It's on this really cool label. Citadel Records. Nice. Looking forward to finally getting to listen to that. It comes with this one of these clear plastic inner sleeves that I don't know about everybody else, but I'm just not crazy about them. They get all bent up. The records don't really slide in very well sometimes, but oh well. I'll live with that. Some of the other records that I've traded here was still in the shrink wrap. A really nice clean copy. One of my favorite U2 albums. The Unforgettable Fire. Remember when this one came out? Picked it up. And I think this is the place. This was probably the second album that I ever got of U2 in my younger years. But it's got the cool photo of them. One of my favorite records. I really like U2 up all the way up to the point of the Joshua Tree. Now I've heard some of the other albums; those are good. Some of those I have on CD, but the ones that I really wanted on vinyl was the ones from Boy up to The Unforgettable Fire. But so got to add that to my collection. This one I'm looking forward to. Another favorite jazz musician, Sun Ra. I don't know how to begin to say the title of it. Cool artwork on the album. There's a cool photo of him doing the keyboard action there, and it's on Wax Time Records. So another favorite of mine of Sun Ra. I'm looking forward. I hear good things about this, so I'm looking forward to spinning this. I haven't even opened it. That was one. Another one. I've never heard this album, but I love the band Mountain. This is my first time owning it. Flowers of Evil on their Windfall Records. And I like that label. It's real cool. It's a cool record label. So this will be like my second Mountain album to my collection. I have the other one, another good one, Nutcracker Sleigh Ride. I don't know if that's right, but that's another one record that I like by them. This one, honestly, I thought I was going to pass out when I found this, and I traded for this. One of my other favorite bands, Hawkwind. And it's a promotional copy. I could not believe it when I saw it on the show. I said, definitely, that's coming home with me. Quirk, Strangeness, and Charm. Oh, I'm not sure if I said that right. It is on the Sire Records. And it looks like it contains the original inner sleeve, which is really cool. It's lyrics on one side, and on this side it's seems to be the Hawkwind Party, and it looks like some kind of note, and it says "See you soon, Hawkwind." So this was a score as well as part of the. It says that it was a 1977 promo. That's really good and cool. I'm looking forward to spinning that. Another one is an Australian Parlophone. Love this cover with the Beatles. I'm sure everybody is. Some in the community I've seen are Beatle fans. It's on this real cool Parlophone EMI orange label. I like that. It's nice. I haven't played it yet, but I had another album of the Beatles from Australia, and it sounded pretty nice. I was pleased with it. I don't have the fanciest record player. I just has a record player that plays my records, and I just want to hear the record. I know that are some that are into the, from the original analog tapes. Some of my albums are that, and some of them are ones that they're audiophile, or where they take a CD and put on vinyl. I just want to hear the album. I don't have my ears. I've been in a couple of bands. I can't even tell the difference sometimes. Sometimes I can. And me personally, I just want to hear the record, and if I can hear it the cheapest way, I'll get the record, and affordable to me, cheap, or trade for it. Or if I'm not able to get it on vinyl, then I'll go the CD route. And lately, I've been very blessed with people giving me records, and thank y'all very much. I really appreciate them. They get spun. My record player is a record player that belonged to my grandfather, and he gave it to me before he passed away. And me and him had one of the things we had in common was playing records, interaction, eating lunch, dinner, breakfast while playing records. And I miss him very much, and that was one of the things I loved about him. And so he gave me his record player, and I enjoy having it. And he gave me his record collection, and love his record collection. Excuse me. I got a few more records here to show. 2 more at least. I've been a fan of this album since elementary, junior high, whatever, and it's Heart. The Dog and Butterfly album. I'm not sure how to hold that. It's really cool. It's got the nice photo of them, and it's on the, I'm not sure, I don't remember what Heart albums are, but okay, it's on Portrait Records. That's cool. This is one of my favorite albums. I've had this on cassette when I was a kid, so getting it on vinyl, it's very clean. And so getting it on vinyl, I couldn't pass it up. A very good, clean Heart album. So it gets added to the collection. And my last album is from a band that I remember. A lot of their records were given to me by my grandparents. They bought them. But I finally got a copy of, I think this is their first album, Molly Hatchet. And it is on, let's see here. I don't see it, but it is, this one has the original sleeve inside. And this one right here is on Epic Records. So I'm glad I get this back in my collection. And the laughter you heard was my wife and daughter. If it picked that up, that was them. I love hearing them laugh together. But Molly Hatchet, have to say thank you, R.E.M. Another man's loss is another man's treasure. Well, that's it for right now. I will be doing another video soon. Again, thank you to everyone in the vinyl community. Appreciate all the love, the likes, and everyone who takes time to watch one of my videos. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and the following week. Be safe. A lot of craziness is going on in the world. So everyone be safe, be peace, and see you soon.